Welcome to Cooking with the Seasons. In this video series, we will cover a broad range of topics related to healthy cooking and preparation of all the beautiful produce you'll find in your CSA box.
The key purpose of this class is to help you make the most of the produce you receive in your weekly box. We will learn ways to prepare snacks, sides, and meals that taste good, contain less sugar and salt, and use as little of your time and money as possible. For produce you can't use right away, we will present ways to preserve food for later use.
Hello, and I am Chef Frank from Three Magnets Brewing, located in downtown Olympia. In today's class, we'll be making simple and delicious snacks using the produce in your weekly box. We all know and should be eating more vegetables, but it can be hard with our busy lives and established routines. An easy way to get our recommended veggies is by incorporating them into snack time. A handful of cherry tomatoes, cucumbers, and cheese on a cracker, or carrot and pepper sticks with your favorite dip. Eating a rainbow and filling half your plate with fruits and vegetables can happen any time of the day. Post-breakfast snack, driving to run errands snack, pre or post dinner. And summertime makes healthy snacking so much easier, providing sweet, delicious, sun-ripened fruits and vegetables, berries fresh from the bush, a perfect ripe peach, a vine-ripened tomato. Zucchini and other summer squash are in the highlight of their season and are very versatile in the kitchen. Grilled with a little oil and salt, shredded and put into cakes and breads, diced or mixed with other vegetables in casseroles or pastas, or even cut into spaghetti and used as a substitute for noodles. We're going to start making the zucchini cakes. So first I'm going to take the zucchini, I'm going to just use a box grater, grate it up into a bowl. I'm going to add a little bit of salt, and I'm going to let that sit for a couple minutes while I'm getting the rest of the ingredients. And that salt is going to help take out some of this moisture, and I'll show you guys. And then I'm going to hand squeeze it, add it to the cakes, and then we'll start cooking them up. So the first thing I usually want to start with is the grating of the zucchini. So a little bowl, box grater. I use the biggest, largest grate. Okay, so there's our grated zucchini, and then I'm going to add the salt. So 2 big pinches, about a teaspoon or so. And then I'm just going to mix that up for a minute and let it sit there. And what it's going to do is just the salt will start to pull the moisture out of the zucchini. So I'll let that sit for a minute. So we're going to crack our eggs. It takes a couple eggs. I'll whisk those for a second. So add my eggs. So we add the flour, the chopped up green onions. I'm going to add a little bit of fresh pepper. And you can always add more if you'd like. So that's a good amount for me. And then today we have feta cheese as our cheese going into the zucchini cakes, but you could add any kind. So if it was going to be a couple kids or something, I might add cheddar, or if I was going to serve it with dinner, maybe a little bit of Parmesan, but here we go. Feta makes a great snack. So I'm going to mix all this up. And if you notice, I did not add any salt to the actual cakes, but we're going to be using the salt that's already on the zucchinis. So I just use a regular little mesh screen in a bowl to catch the liquid, and then the zucchini is going to go right into there. And you'll see as I'm adding it, the excess moisture that we're trying to get out of there. So, and then you can press it right up against the sides like that to remove that water. And it doesn't need to be completely dry, but nice, firm pressing of the zucchini works great. And then we'll add that drained zucchini to the mixture of cakes, and then we'll start cooking our little snacks up. And there's our little mixture. Perfect. Over a medium-high heat, I'm going to let that warm up just a little bit. Add a little bit of olive oil, and then we'll just start using like a little spoon to drop our cakes down. Let them just turn golden brown, and then we'll flip them over cook them the rest of the way. Take a few minutes to heat up. About a tablespoon or so, and then I'm just going to coat the bottom of the pan evenly and start adding my cakes. Now you could make these larger if you're doing for dinner, but I just want the little perfect snack bite. Summer squash also makes a great smear to dip into our next dish, herbed homemade ranch. Some folks don't enjoy a raw zucchini, like me, or other raw vegetables normally offered on a veggie or dip tray. I found that roasting the vegetables ahead of time, letting them cool, and serving them instead of the traditional raw ones is much more appealing. Great veggies for roasting are carrots, zucchinis, onions, parsnips, broccoli, and green beans. Right now we're going to make our house-made ranch with a bunch of fresh herbs. So I have some cilantro, some dill, some Italian flat parsley, a few leaves of mint right from the garden, a couple cups of yogurt, a lemon that we're going to zest, and some fresh garlic, salt, and pepper. We simply should chop everything together, stir it in, add that zest and juice, and then we can dip some veggies in it. So should be great. I'm looking for about 3 tablespoons of each, the cilantro, dill, parsley, and I have about 7 or 8 fresh mint leaves, which will be really good. And all I'm doing is trying to chop these. The mint, I kind of just like to roll it up, kind of like if I was doing basil, like a shift nod. And then the reason I do this one is trying not to bruise the delicate herbs of the mint. Basil would be the same way. So that's just a quick chop. Couple right here. Trim. And I'm going to pull these larger stems off the middle there. Even though this stem is edible, it's not the best in a dip. So if I was cooking some salmon or some cod, I would just lay the whole dill right across the top, and that it would become tender while I was cooking it. So parsley will be the same way. Pick those leaves off the stem. Now for the cilantro, this one is a little different because the stem of the cilantro has more flavor than the leaves. So we chop it all together. Lemon. So there's a couple ways you can zest your lemon. You can just take a regular box grater and just kind of slightly go down the sides of it. And what you're trying to do is get just the edge of the yellow and no white. The white is the pith and it's kind of bitter, but you can just slightly go right on the grater. Or if you had a microplane, it's a little sharper, you could just, so we're looking to get the zest of one whole lemon. And then we'll cut the lemon in half and squeeze out the juice. Herbs, a little strainer to get rid of the seeds and the pulp. There we go. A little stir, you can see that juice go down. And we're going to add our yogurt. And this is just plain Greek yogurt. our chopped garlic, salt. And after we're done stirring it, we'll taste it. It might need a little bit more salt. We'll add a pinch. There we go. And there's our house-made fresh herb ranch. Cucumbers, a little bit of blanched green beans, cherry tomatoes, and our dip. Thank you for joining us today. We hope that this inspired you to explore new ways to include vegetables in your snacking. We would love to hear from you. What recipes from today you're going to try? What other vegetable full snacks do you have? Share in the comments below.